I am so excited. Today is a special Girl Educate Yourself. We are live at the forum. Kristen's not here. She had an appointment, but I get to have my guest live. I'm so excited. This is Angel Harris. She is an open house expert, has a whole coaching system around it, and you guys get to hear just a piece of her program and some tips about how she makes these super successful and how it's helped to make her business super successful. So Angel, thank you so much for being here live today at the forum. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself and oops, don't kick the table. And we will get started with your tips.
Great. Thanks for having me. I love the forum. This is a great place to come and collaborate with a lot of other agents. I've made some of my best connections here, so I'm really happy I could be here today, especially live in person. It always, to feel the energy of the other person makes the experience that much better. So I'm really happy I could be here to connect with Angela today. And
Yes, I'm excited, and we're going to be talking loud, and maybe people come over here, but we don't want. Oh, see, there's Michael in the background. That's going to be our special edition. But if you're here listening on iTunes, we're going to talk really loud so you can hear us clearly. So great, get us started and talk to us about open houses, my favorite prospecting method.
So I actually was licensed at the end of 2019. And, obviously no one really prepared for what was to come in 2020. And so that was, starting my first year in real estate during that time was very challenging. And I had to be creative and come up with ways to get going and to build my business. And so it kind of gave me a lot of downtime to really plan it out and build partnerships before things really began to start opening up again. And during that time, it's crazy because podcasts have really connected me with people. And that's how I was able to run into my current mentor is through a podcast. And her name's Shannon, and she's the CEO of Open Houses Direct. And I really started to get a lot of mentoring and training through her. And it's a free app and a mobile app and a website. And pretty much it's a technology where you can, when you check in a guest at your open house, it verifies a phone number for you. So we kind of Open Houses Direct is the tool, and then we created a program called Open House Masters, which is our program, and it's kind of the method to the madness, to the tool that we use. So during this time, I really got to get really dialed in with the technology and really practice it heavily as soon as open houses were when we were able to do
legal
open houses
again,
yeah, it was different, right? Because we had to have the masks, we had to have the hand sanitizer. So it was really hard, I think, especially at first, being a new agent and being experiencing open houses for the first time in this different light, because now it's kind of people are coming in all masked up, and it's like, okay, how can I build a conversation with them
when you can't see their face?
Exactly. So it was interesting, but I think it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And
I imagine you had to get really good with your conversational skills and connecting without being able to see people's facial expressions, which I found really difficult at first. I'd be like, pull down your mask. I want to see what you look like. And I guess wrong, right? So tell us about the little tips about the package and how that your method works.
Okay, so pretty much I create like a concierge environment, a check-in table. So I'll bring my table and my chair. I've got my branded tablecloth. I really set up, I have my QR code signs that say check-in is required. And I feel like when you require a check-in, people will check in with you. I mean, there's only two ways a consumer can see a house, and that is to hire a real estate agent and schedule a private showing or come to an open house. So if we require that every guest checks in, then they're more likely to give you a validated phone number. So that's what we do. We create a table and we have a process to where every single guest that comes into the open house checks in with us.
Well, stop right there, because that is right there. That's already setting yourself apart. I can seriously remember when I started real estate or when I was running a team, I would require my agents to go into other people's open houses so they would gain their confidence, because you would walk into an open house and the realtor would be like on the couch laying down, or, one time I walked in and it was a vacant home. He was laying on the floor. I'm like
sitting on the fireplace.
Yeah. and you literally have a professional first impression. You've got did you say it was a branded
tablecloth.
a branded tablecloth. So
Mhm.
they're like, okay, this is legit. You've
Mhm.
got these signs. And of
Mhm.
course, people are going to treat you from the get-go more professionally because you have a legit setup. That's awesome.
And I think that's what a lot of agents lack is they don't have a setup or a process, and we give them that. And it does, like, I'm so happy you mentioned the confidence, because when you have a method and a process, it builds confidence and people feed off of that energy. You're not nervous because you have a system in place, and you are showing like a level of professionalism. You have your entire setup there. You're ready to go. People walk in, they see your signs, and they're like, how do I check in?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they follow directions. People want to be led, and you're
Mhm.
giving them a path. You're telling them what to do, and that's what we're supposed to do as professionals, is give the potential clients instructions so they have confidence that you can lead them through the home buying process. That's awesome. What comes next?
And then, you know, you're being there to be interviewed. People come in there, they see how you're running your open houses, and they're like, wow, like, I love the way, like, if a neighbor comes in and they're looking at selling and they aren't working with an agent, they're going to want to hire you because they like the way that you're representing that seller. You know?
Wow, that's a great point. So if you have some good conversational skills and you add that professionalism, that first impression, that's just giving you, I guarantee most of your competition can't even touch that part of your open house.
And, you know, for newer agents, they don't have their own listings. You know, like for me, that was how I was able to build my business, is through open houses. So I would call other agents to hold their listings open. And because I have this process and this method, now I have agents calling me and emailing me, hey, I have a coming soon property. Can you hold it open the day it goes active?
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
It is really exciting because some people are like, have a really hard time finding open houses, and that's kind of what we teach in our method. It's broken down into a 3-part, and it's the create, market, and run. And so the create part is we show you how to find the perfect open house, and so that you get maximum you know, traffic coming in.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in an open house that has an immediate detriment. Like you have to take 75 turns to get there, or you're at the end of a dirt road, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And sign placement's huge. So you definitely, like, you want to map it out. How many turns into the neighborhood? Do I have enough signs? It's really part of like the preparation. That's the whole part of the creation part, knowing how to run the technology, knowing how to use it. And then marketing. I do door hangers. I do about 50 door hangers per open house. And instead of just hanging them and running away, I'm knocking, I'm inviting the neighbors. I'm leading with that value, like, hey, we're having an open house in your neighborhood. I'm inviting all of the neighbors. Just letting you know we're going to have extra traffic this weekend, and I'd love for you guys to stop by. So it's really great. And then, having your lender partners or your title partners sit the open house with you, and making them be the bad guy and check people in at the front door. So
right. You just get to build rapport and make people feel special,
exactly.
Right? Let's go back to the door knocking, because open houses was for sure, it actually represented 1/3 of my husband and my business for 3 years of really high production of 17.5 million and above, up to 40 million. And what was interesting is that every time we could, if we had time, we would do exactly what you suggested. We would door knock and we would invite those people into the open house and then ask them those questions like, hey, if you were looking to buy or sell, who would you use as your realtor or whatever? So that door knocking and that preparation helps to enhance your outlook. And do you tell them about the technology or anything, like when you're door knocking?
So that's what's so great about our app, and that's why I loved it, especially as a newer agent, is because we don't put the addresses on our door hangers. We just have the QR code. So when a consumer downloads the QR code, it'll geolocate them and tell them all the open houses and coming soon listings every single day. And what's so great about the app is everything is available to buy.
Wow.
And so,
wow, that's awesome.
When they click on your open house, if you are registered with Open Houses Direct, you're going to be the main point of contact. So for me, holding other agents' listings open, when they open up the open house, I'm going to be the main point of contact, not the listing agent. So it's a way for me to get myself out there, and not only using the QR code with my door hangers, but I can also there's a shareable link I can share out on social media or online that everything I do, all my marketing I do, directs them to me, the agent holding the open house.
So do you capture their information when they do anything, any call to action when they're on that door hanger, or they are just having direct access to you?
So I'll staple my business card on there, and then it just says, for access to all open houses, download Open Houses Direct, and then it'll literally, when they open up the app, it'll show all the pins going on in the entire neighborhood.
Wow.
And they can click on it and it'll direct them to the agent. It'll direct them to the house. They can take notes on them. They can add them to a list.
That's just so cool.
It's a great tool to offer people.
Yeah.
And I let them know at my open house too, like with their QR codes, they can scan the QR code and download it and check in through the app. I usually just will manually enter their information in, but I let them know when they come in, hey, by the way, this is a great tool for you if you're in the market for open houses.
Wow, that's cool.
It geolocates you. It tells you everything going on every single day.
So you have this method of preparing and creating your best like introduction or experience before the open house. Then you're in there and you have that awesome first impression with your professionalism. So what was it? Create,
market,
and run.
It's a CMR method. That's what we
trademarked
method.
I like it. You trademarked it.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And then we also, we call it the velvet rope effect. So it's kind of like we put up our table and you can't get past us unless you check in and verify your phone number.
So I'll bet you through your coaching and through your system, you have way more structure and tips than just what we've heard today.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well,
So
we do workshops. We're actually, we hold them throughout the Valley, and they're 2 hours long. We do a lunch and learn, and we go over the entire CMR method and the velvet rope effect and it's a lead conversion training. So it's like, okay, you could sit there and create, market, and run all day, but then once you get all of these leads, how are you going to convert them? So we really take you on conversion. And if you want to sign up for those, you could go to openhousemasters.com/workshop, and you'll get notified of every upcoming open house workshop that we do. So
that's awesome. Is it available for people outside of Arizona as well?
So we will do some Zoom workshops. Right now they're in person. We were doing them on Zoom for many months, and now we're trying to get more engaged live, but we'll definitely be doing another Zoom one in the future. Or we can record our live meetings and definitely love to send it out.
Awesome.
Well.
So how would people get a hold of you if they want more information about the coaching, the system, anything? How do they get a hold of you?
So my Instagram is openhouseangel.
Cute.
And you can email me at angel@openhousesdirect.com for more information on Open House Masters or Open Houses Direct. And, you can book a one-on-one call with me. I'd love to chat more with you about it. And I definitely have a passion for what I do. So it's not only do I partner with this amazing company, but I actively use it myself and I love it. And it's helped me grow my business. So
I am a firm believer, anything that you can add to your toolbox as a real estate agent to give you an edge over your competition is something worth looking into. So I cannot encourage you guys enough to reach out to Angel. And come on, you can't even forget Open House Angel. You won't be able to. So go ahead and like her stuff. That's awesome. And thank you so much. I love this topic. I'm so passionate about open houses too. And I'm grateful that you're a guest. And I hope it was a good experience being live at the forum.
I also want to mention, on my way out, because I know I talked a lot about this being really great for newer agents, but it's also really great for seasoned agents because you hear a lot like we're just trying to get bodies through the door. And it's like, I get it. You want to sell that home, which is your number one goal, what you should be doing. But at the same time, you want to get off that commission hamster wheel. Once you sell that home, what are you going to do? If you were to check every single person through the door with a verified phone number, now you have all of these leads that you can follow up with. So it's really important to create a system and have a method in place. And that's what we give to you. So
I love it.
I really look forward to having, getting to connect with more people and growing their business through open houses. So
thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Thanks you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.